Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Stay Vibrant podcast. My name is Melanie Kiss, and today, once again, I'm so excited that Kelly is with us. Hi, Kelly. How are you?
Oh, hello everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Isn't this awesome?
I
What a
know,
great way to start the year. So happy that
exactly.
you're here.
Oh, I'm so glad to be here. Thank you for asking me back. Honestly, I was like, so excited about this today. I actually thought it was yesterday. I was that excited. And then I was like, no, it's today. So I was that
It's today.
excited. Happy 2025.
It's okay. That's great. A compliment. Thank you very much.
Yes, it is,
Yeah,
certainly
so
is.
2025. Amazing, right? I
I
can't
know.
believe it. I remember when I was younger, I always thought 2025 was gonna be, like, crazy futuristic and flying cars, but we're not there yet.
No, we're nearly. Hey, I saw in the paper today about the proper bringing robots, and that scares me a little bit. That scares me. Anyway, I know that's like another topic.
That's another topic, but it's
That's for
true. It's
another
like
day.
it's crazy.
I
Anyways,
know.
we're here,
We're
and
here.
and I really wanted to talk about, like, goal settings for people, whether it's their health, their business, what have you. I want to talk about goals. I want to talk about mindset. I want to talk about positivity and bring that all in.
Yes,
How's that sound?
100%. 100%. I've really been trying to focus on that with everyone recently because I see everyone doing these big, New Year's resolutions, as we all do. But I think just come down a little bit and just focus on yourself. Just be the best version of yourself. And I think we think the same way with that, you know.
Yeah,
Just
absolutely.
have a couple of goals. You could only even have one if you want. You don't need to have crazy things happening, you know?
No, no. And I think we have to move away from, like you said, it's okay to have resolutions. However, we have to move away with thinking that January is the only time that you could have goals set,
Yes.
like goals that are set for the year. Like things change, life changes, people grow, people experience different things. And then from there, there's change, right?
Yep. I love
A lot
that.
could
Like,
happen.
exactly. What's wrong with having a goal every month? Actually, that's an amazing idea. Set 12 goals, write 12 goals down and put them in a jar and pick out a goal at the start of every month. And do it that way.
Absolutely.
Stop putting so much pressure on yourself because what usually happens is, and we both know this, I'm gonna start my new diet, I'm gonna go to the gym. You don't, or you do, and it lasts a couple of weeks, and then you're back to square. "Oh, what have I done?"
Exactly. And I spoke about that in my last podcast, exactly that, how a lot of people start an exercise regime in January and come February, they stop. I mean, they've made studies showing people joining gyms, and by February, 75% of people
What?
don't go back to the gym
What?
on
That's
a regular basis. That's
crazy.
huge. It's not like 10%, 75.
That's are you if you're listening to this, that's crazy. And I actually don't doubt it because it does happen. I've done it myself. And that year membership, oh, I'll start again next month. Or I'll start on
Exactly.
Monday. I'll start on Monday. I'll do, that's
Yes. So I think, and I've always, and I know we've spoken about this. You said, "Oh, Mel, it's Monday. You should do like motivational Mondays." And I've always had a hard time because to me, it's not a specific day. It's just all the time,
yep.
right?
Every day's
And
motivational.
everyone's lives are different, and everyone's schedule is different, and everyone's mood is different, and even your period will change your mood onto whether or not you're motivated to do certain things. So I think it's important to really know who you are in the setting that you live in, and then pick that moment where you're like, no, you know what? I'm going towards that goal, and that's what I'm going to focus on. And I think it's super important to pick one set goal. So it's okay to dream big, right? I think it's amazing. I have huge dreams. And I mean, you've said, Mel, do this. And I'm like, okay. And off to the
Yep.
races I go, and I go do it, right?
I'm very impulsive with you, Melanie. I'm like, go and do this.
Yes. Right. And however, really scientifically, like your brain, even though it has a gazillion things going on in your brain, when it comes down to goals, it needs to focus on one singular thing. So
Yes,
when I have clients that come and see me, I break it down to whatever their problematic is to one singular thing. Otherwise, the brain scatters everywhere
yes,
and has a hard time to focus down. And then people get discouraged because then they don't feel like they've reached their goals or
yes.
whatever they had imagined in their head, right? Which is probably the big dream. But all those little steps will get you to that big dream eventually. You just need to focus that on that one step first.
Totally agree.
It's like
Totally agree.
going up a staircase. You don't go up 10 stairs at a time, one at a time, right?
Yeah, love that. What a great analogy. Like it's so true. Like the little steps at a time will still get you to the top.
Yeah,
Just
yeah,
take one step at a time and you will be okay. That's why I was saying
exactly.
about maybe doing small little goals each month and putting, randomly thinking of 12 things. And it doesn't
Yes.
need to be, it could be like reading a book. It doesn't need to be, because I think, see, weight is a huge thing that people focus on when it comes to New Year. And I just wish people would chill out. And like what you said, and I'm actually bad for saying about motivational Monday, but I like what I'm going to start. I'm going to learn off Melanie, everyone. Every
Well, I
day.
mean, I understand marketing purposes why that works. However,
Yeah,
in reality, it doesn't have to be Monday. It could be Sunday, Tuesday, whatever works for you.
totally. But I think I know where I get it from because from a weight loss, people always at the weekend they do the diet slips or whatever, and that's where you always say, I'll start again on Monday, because what happens in the weekend stays in the weekend, and it's such a bad way. I'm actually going to I'm going to work on that, because I think
Mm,
I've got that in my head. It's like, right, we'll start again on Monday. It's like a fresh start, like a new me.
yes.
So yeah,
How about you change that way of thinking or that self-talk and not say, "I'm starting over." I'm just I'm just moving forward. I'm continuing,
I like
right?
that. Yes. A little bit
Yeah.
teaching there for Kelly. Thank you, Mel.
But it's true. I think that type of talk, which is not necessarily negative, does
No.
have a negative undertone because you're telling yourself, "I'm starting over again."
Yes.
Right? And you're like, "Oh god, I can't keep up. I can't just no more." Okay?
Yes.
We're living life
Time out.
and it's full of ups and downs and you're just continuing. It's like I said, let's say your goal is to lose 20 pounds. Let's just say. What happens after you lose that 20 pounds?
We move on to the next.
What
A
I
little
mean,
bit of
exactly.
completion.
It's not like, "Oh, okay, well I stop everything that I just did to get to this point and go back to my habits because now I've reached my goal." No, so that's why it's so important to figure out what works for you in your current environment. So then when you do lose, say, that 20 pounds, it's just become such a habit, a way of life, a
Yes.
lifestyle that you just continue on. So over the holidays, when people are like, oh, we hear a lot about that, right? Holiday eating. So what? Were you happy? Were you with your
Yes.
friends? Were you with your family members? You had cake, you had sweets, you had whatever. It's just part of life. And you know what? You're just continuing. And
Having
now
fun.
you're going to go to the gym. You're going to do your exercise.
Yes, you're living life. Life's too short.
Exactly.
So live your life to the fullest because you never
Live
know
your
what's
life to the
gonna
fullest.
you know,
And not to say to not exercise, I think it's important to take care of your health,
of course.
absolutely, but I think it's the mindset behind all of those goals that people set for themselves, right?
Yep. Totally agree. Totally, utterly agree with that. And not to put so much pressure on yourself with the goals either. Because if you don't hit your goals, okay, we'll try again. It's not about beating yourself up that you didn't do what you said you were going to do. Nobody, we are perfectly imperfect. Honestly, we put so much
Yeah,
pressure on ourselves.
I know.
And say,
I know. And isn't it amazing that we are imperfect? I find that it's a lot more fun and more exciting than if everything was always perfect. It would be too predictable and boring.
yes. Have you set any goals, by the way? Have you set any?
Yes.
There gosh, I love it.
All right, let me share.
Have you
Let me
got a
share.
vision board back there? What's going
Oh
on?
yeah, I have. So I have my goal. I wrote this just before the holidays when I was kind of like, so I love being organized. So I have everything scheduled. It works for me for the type of work that I
Work.
have, right? So once everything was like automatically set up for December, I wrote down what I should focus on for January or for the year. I wrote
Yep.
2025. Boop.
I love that.
But there's so much going on here. It would be crazy to be like, "Oh my god," try to do it all, and that's why it's important at this point to just break it down, right?
Yep.
Yeah. See, this one?
Ties the
Done.
goals. Get a highlighter. I love a highlighter. Highlight once it's done. Boom, get a little gold star. Reward. See, here's another thing that's amazing. If you are going to goal set, you have to celebrate the wins. So, like you're saying that, oh, that's done. But where's your little like gold? Get yourself some stickers or a little
Yes.
highlighter. There's nothing wrong with that.
Nope.
What's that called?
Exactly.
You
It's a
release.
fantastic idea.
Is it you release endorphins when you celebrate a win, right?
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. And it could be whatever. It doesn't have to be always this big thing. It could be anything, right?
Yeah, I got out of bed when, no joke. But no, some people, that is a win. In all
Yes.
honesty, well done. Let's go. Move on to your
Exactly.
next goal.
Exactly. And I think too, what's important when it comes to, say, health, fitness, even business, I would say you have to figure out your deep purpose, the reason why you're doing it. Right. And I think we've spoken about this once before, where people will often say, I'm doing it, and they do it for somebody else. I do it for my children,
Oh,
which is
yes.
fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. But it has to come down to how you want to feel. So a purpose is not a thing, it's not a physical object, it's a deep feeling.
Wow, that's hit a spot with me actually. That's impacted me because that's so true.
Mhm.
Because there's so many people that don't do it for them. You need to do it for yourself, not for anyone else. Not to
Mhm.
make anyone else feel happy or excited. It's you. You should be feeling happy and excited and proud, really proud of yourself. I'm glad that we do these podcasts together. Like
Same
we're so on
here.
the same. It's the same
Yes,
wavelength, honestly.
absolutely, because things let's say you reached your goal and you got that thing, whatever it is, right? But the feeling is not behind it. What happens is that you're then searching for something else, and something else, and something else. And not that searching for something else is wrong, but if the feeling, I'm gonna use the word peace, doesn't come along with it, then regardless of what you do, if you never feel that deep, peaceful feeling within you, you're kinda just running around all the time. You're not
Scrambling.
aligning anything with your life and then that purpose. So, I think it's important to really figure out your purpose. So, I put out a easy cheat sheet, 7 steps with 2, 3 bullet points and exactly what we're talking about. One goal, just one specific goal, and then you go through those 7 steps to that final purpose and what meaning it will give you in your life. And it's so important to go through those steps because that's when you're like, "Okay, I feel great." So even on days where things go bad, you're not so down because your purpose is stronger
Yep, totally agree with
and
that.
it moves you forward.
Yep. Because I think not a lot of people are like you, Melanie, who'd like to be organised. And I think if you're listening to this, if you're a type of person that can get overwhelmed very quickly, I'd really watch how many goals that you're setting yourself. And I like that, like one goal at a time. Don't overwhelm yourself in reaching that goal because it's difficult. Like I am a person that if I've got three things, if I think I can do that one quicker, I'll go back to this one, then I'll maybe go back to this. And it's like sometimes I don't do one thing at a time. So if you're, because I think that you had a lot on that. I saw a lot on that sheet you had, but
Yeah.
you're,
Well, I used to be like that. I used to be like, "Okay, I'm gonna go from this to that to this, and then not finish that, and not finish this," and
yes,
then I'm
that's
like,
where I
"Oh, I
was
didn't reach
going.
my goal." Well, of course you didn't of course I didn't reach my goal. I didn't even finish the first thing, or second or third, So, yeah, it's definitely important to
Prioritize?
Like,
Is that
prioritize, yeah,
like
but
one?
prioritize with what feels right at the moment.
Yes. Because maybe some will overlap into each other. You know, if there's like,
Absolutely.
I'm going to write a book this year, I just pulled that from nowhere, but I need to read books to write my book. I don't know, I'm just,
Exactly.
that's a
Exactly,
quick
right?
rough
It's not you're not gonna sit for an hour and write the book and then it's done and you can move on to the next thing. There's another goal that will slip in.
chapter one. But there's a thing for writing a book. Now let's run with this. Like, I'm going to do chapter one in the next 2 months because that's giving yourself 60 days. And if you don't meet that 60 days, you'd move. Like, that's quite a good way to look at
Mhm.
the goal
Yeah,
setting. Someone doesn't write a
yeah.
book in an hour, and
No.
you know, takes years.
Even reading a book. I had a friend, I love reading, but there are moments where I'm not feeling it and I don't want to. My friend's like, "Just read 4 pages." Because I used to put so much pressure on myself, like, I have to read 2 chapters or something. She's like, "Just read 4 pages." And next thing you know, your book's done. And I'm like, "Huh, it's true. 4
That's really
pages."
true. Because if you do
Yeah,
five, that's a bonus, that's a win. If you're at a good part, it's like, well, I'm going to read 5 pages tonight. Oh,
yeah,
yeah, that's so
yeah.
true. Baby steps,
Or
one step
here,
at a
for
time.
your everyday person who's having a hard time eating healthy after the holidays. "Oh, I'm not gonna eat any more sweets, that's it. I'm starting on Monday super healthy." You know how hard that is mentally
No.
to do?
And for your
So
body,
how ab
when you've eaten all that sugar, it's actually hard. It's actually a dangerous because you get yourself into a little bit of jittery state. Anyway, back to what you were saying.
Yeah. So instead of, like, going down to the bakery and buying all those cakes or whatever, then okay, so you had a cookie after dinner. Well, you know what I mean? Like,
Yes,
give your give yourself grace, give yourself
amen.
I
Give
don't know
yourself a
know the word that
break.
I'm looking for.
Give
Huh?
yourself, give yourself a break. Like,
Give
just
yourself a break!
lay off yourself because that's what it is. You're beating yourself up as well. You've had, like what you said, you've enjoyed Christmas. You've had fun with the family. You've had fun. You've been happy. So do not put pressure on yourself. Maybe say tomorrow, right? I'm going to have one sweet instead of a packet. You
Yeah,
know, Actually, like, I'm going to have a cookie after my dinner. When? Because it's like, I'm not saying, I'm not, then my brain's not going, well, you can't have that. You can't have that. And then, because that's where your mindset you just lose it. Because then you just
exactly.
cave in.
Exactly,
Been there,
exactly,
been there,
and
done
then
it.
you just it's all about to remove restrictions, because restrictions will still kill you.
Yep. But by the way, if you're listening as well, this is all tied to goals. Because what Mel even just said there with restrictions, you can't put too much restriction on your goals. Because as I said, we are imperfectly perfect, or perfectly imperfect.
Imperfectly perfect. We're
Imperfectly
perfectly
perfect.
imperfect.
Perfectly imperfect. We are. We so are. And we all fall into the same trap. Everybody can say, oh, I don't do. We do. In different ways, we do. Everybody, I think. We do, don't we?
Exactly. Yeah, and that's the course that I offer as well. That's what I talk
Yes.
about, like, this whole mindset thing, I speak about this too because I hear a lot of this, like, the word mindset is just floating in the air and, "Oh, I have a right mindset," but do you really, right?
Do
Right?
you
And I
really have
break
the
it
right?
down in the course to negative self-talk, to fix and growth mindset, to all these different topics. So when you sit down and you're thinking about your life or your goals or your family, whatever, your relationships, you're like, "Oh my goodness, I didn't realize I'm a positive person, but I realize that in that setting, I'm actually always geared towards the negative."
The ugly side, I like to call
Okay,
it.
we're humans. It's okay too, you know what I mean? Like negative stuff is okay too, but it's to learn from that to go, okay, that's why I never feel good. I need to change that mindset, that way of talking, that way of speaking to myself.
Yes, totally agree. But see, going back to quickly touch on the weight loss thing, right? The healthy lifestyle, as me and Melanie like to call it, the healthy lifestyle. That
Yes.
should be part of your day. If you have a bad day, well, I
Oh,
don't
well.
think that healthy lifestyle should actually be in your goals. It should be part of your life because you should have that
Yes.
sort of balanced lifestyle that you can have a bad day and a good, but don't even call it that. It's called living. If you want to have a
Yeah.
Snickers, go and have one. Go and have your cakes. but just watch what you're doing. Hit the gym harder, go for a walk it off. The goal should be about bettering yourself. Like maybe starting a course. Like go and do, maybe you've wanted to do a business course, I don't know, an art course, go and learn how to play the piano, up your skills. To me, that is what goals should be about. That's just my opinion. Drop the
Yep.
mic.
Yeah. Absolutely. And what does living mean to you?
Are you asking me? Or
I'm asking whoever's listening, but yeah, sure.
I think I've just said like that to me is living your life.
Yes.
Do what you want to
Yes.
do. Don't
And
and
how do you
don't
feel when you're living life that way?
amazing. Be the shepherd, not the sheep, right?
Mm.
Do it for yourself. Make yourself happy. Make it happen.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. And what
Positively.
what I notice is that when people sometimes they'll say, "Oh, it's like this," but then when it comes down to it, I don't know, maybe they're very possessive or maybe perfectionists or and then they feel like that uneasy feeling, that's when you need to address it. Like, "Okay, how come I talk the big talk, but when it comes down to it, I'm not actually capable of just living." So define what living means to you and see what blocks you from doing so. And then go deeper into healing mode, like I like to say.
So how do you feel about journaling?
I'm not much of a journaler. I think a lot of people do and they love
Mhm.
it. And I
Mhm.
think it's fantastic. I recommend it to a lot of people. I personally don't journal. I've tried it a million times and it's not something that comes naturally to me as a habit.
I think you would be it would be good for you, because it's what you make it as well. It doesn't I mean, even if you did one a week, it doesn't need to be a daily thing that you do. But
No.
honestly, it is such a lovely way to reflect on your day. And actually, it's something that's personal to you, whether it's every week or every day. And it's just something that you can look back on as well and say, well, I had a great month, especially if you're having a bad day and it's like, well, look at what's happened to me in the past month, and you can go back
Yeah.
and reflect. But I think like for living especially a healthy lifestyle life, journaling is great. And for you I don't know if you know this, right, if you watch Melly on Instagram, but you should be. Hello, she's doing these cards every day. You could tie that into your journaling. It's like, well, this is how it made you feel, because you must pull them for you. This is a question for you.
Yes, I do. So I
Have
don't
you
do
got your
journaling.
cards? If you got your
I
cards,
do have my cards.
let's pull the card.
I don't do journaling, but I do have cards. I do sometimes look at them. And I mean, you see it on the videos. Sometimes I'm like, that's a good one for me. I need to think about that one because it actually,
Or
makes
you
me
needed it. You
wonder where I'm
needed,
going with this.
hmm
Pardon?
or you needed it. Like you needed that card for the day. Like
Yeah.
maybe you're
You
having a
never
little
know
hard
what's
day.
going to resonate with you. You never know.
Pull it. Let's pull the
There
card.
are words that you probably heard a million times in your life and it goes right over your head. And that one day you hear it and you're like, huh, okay.
There it is.
I need to work on that, right? So I don't journal. However, with the schooling that I did, when something doesn't seem right or I feel off, I do use those 7 steps all the time with myself. I auto coach myself.
Yep.
What's happening?
Yep.
So that's what I do. But all in my head. Okay.
Yeah, but
So I
that's
do have these
okay.
cards.
Yeah, pull it. But that's what I mean. Everybody's different, and that's how you do.
Yes.
That's how you deal with it. That's how
Yes.
you get your mindset going. That's how you get in the right place. But yeah, let's pull a card.
Yeah.
Let's pull a card now.
And
Let's yeah.
God, I have to add this. I'm so sorry. I was like, I have this wonderful friend that we've reconnected. I went to high school with her. She moved to New York. We lost
Yes.
touch. We got back in touch with each other maybe like 10 years ago. We're really close and she's amazing. She sends me every morning, really early because she's a morning person, a text message with a positive quote or affirmation or something of that sort. And I'm like, wow, what a fantastic way to start the day. Like I appreciate her text message. I look forward to it. I wake up and I'm like, huh, and or just you self-reflect on that, right? So, Kelly, you know what I did?
What did you
I
do?
decided
Tell me. Tell
part
me.
of my goals, it was part of my what am I going to do with this
Gold star.
platform is send a text message to whoever would like to receive a text
I'm loving
message.
it.
I'm calling it your daily boost of vibrancy. Yeah. I'm calling it the daily boost of vibrancy because, well, I feel like that. I feel
I
like
love
as
that.
I'm getting older, I want to stay vibrant. I want to keep that spark going. I want to stay like, I know you're like
I
a
love this.
ball of positivity,
I
right?
love
And
this.
I'm so glad you've entered my life and it keeps me going. And thank you so much. Like it's,
Okay. Oh, thank
yeah,
you.
I mean, you bring in positivity in all these reels, and I'm like, okay, I love what my friend's doing. I love what the people that I'm meeting, what they're doing. How can I offer something to the people that are following me? So yeah,
And I think everybody needs that. Do you know, I think
yes,
everybody needs a little bit of positivity in their life. And the fact that to call it daily boost of positivity.
of vibrancy. Your positivity. I'm vibrancy girl.
I'm so sorry, everybody. Hello. Be professional. The daily boost of vibrancy. Because it's like it's gonna boost me for the day. I love
Yes,
that. Yes, sorry. So sign up today, people. Let's go.
yes. All right. My God, we talk a lot, huh? I'm
I
like,
know it's
this
beautiful.
podcast could be 15 minutes. Okay.
I know. Not gonna happen. Not gonna happen. Oh, I love it.
I have a question for you before I
Yes,
pull out a card.
go for it.
What are your 3 daily habits that you would recommend to maintain a positive outlook and a vibrant energy?
Oh, okay. I have to say, whenever I open my eyes, I'm already feeding myself with positivity. And this has helped because I've found my worth. So even if it's just a case of I'm worthy of it all. So there's my first thing. The second thing is I do journal. So that really helps me because I write little things like I'm a scribbler. Like I'm that person. If I'm scribbling right now on this little pad, but I'll just doodle and sort of say that. And my third thing, just believing in myself because I never used to and keep reminding myself. And I think my podcast helps me do that because it's like therapy for me every day. As I'm sure your
Mhm.
daily boost of vibrancy, it becomes part of your life and it just makes you believe in positivity and believe that you can put that energy out there and make people smile and feel happy. Is
Yeah.
that is that an okay answer?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. That's amazing. I love it.
Yeah.
I think that's exactly that, right? Some things come naturally because it's part of you and it shows and that's amazing. And then like you said, by doing a podcast, it's not forced. You're just,
No.
you
Like
know,
today I did mine outside and I loved that I could hear the birds. I'm a very outside person. To me, that makes me feel calm and my anxiety just goes out the window. So I did it outside and it was amazing. But can I just say, no one, I know we talked about perfect and perfect, but we're not naive either. Myself and Melanie know you can have a bad day and that's okay, but it's how you react from it and it's how you heal yourself so you get your positivity. Because not every day is going to be a happy day. That's all I wanted to say.
no,
Because we're not stupid. Things
no.
happen. Things
Yeah.
happen in life.
Yeah. Yeah. I swear I had a conversation with my husband recently about something like that where he tends to more find like what could go wrong. And I like to call it the negative side, right? And he's always like, oh, you're always like finding all what that's right with it. I'm like, yeah, but I rather live life where I'm looking at things and I'm trying to find the positive out of it.
Yeah.
I'm not blinded by the fact that the world sometimes is crazy and
Hmm.
things, a lot of bad things are happening, but I choose for myself so I could live vibrantly and positive to focus on the good.
Yes, 100%. Because there's a lot of ugly people out there that will, especially if you're in the social media eye, that will try and tear you down and knock that positivity. And that's a big thing to deal with that, not to let them in. Do not let them in. But hold your head
Don't
high
let
and
them
know your worth.
in.
Don't let
Okay.
them in. I choose a
Don't
card.
let them in. Don't let them in. Okay.
I love it. I hope we made you smile today, honestly. Right.
Let's do the cards because we're at 32 minutes.
I know.
But you know what? Some people have hour podcasts, and I'm like, wow, it's awesome,
This
but
is
okay.
me. It doesn't feel like 32 minutes. That's when
Do you
you
want
know.
me to okay, this is what I normally do, okay? Okay, first of all, I'm gonna ask you, do you want a sunny side out, sunny side up dose of self-love?
I think
Do you
the
want
answer's there.
affirmation or do you
Nope.
want question
No, I want the
deeper
first one.
connection?
I want
The first one,
sunny
okay.
side.
All right.
I
Sorry if
am.
I'm making a
I am the
background noise.
sunshine in your life. But I'm actually going to close my eyes. So just put your hand
Oh,
over.
tell me when to
Stop.
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 Stop. Okay. No, sorry. They're really new and they're like really cardboardy. They're super thick.
They're stuck.
So I'm gonna fan them out. People, I don't know if you can. I know we're recording video, but maybe you're just listening in. But I'm fanning out the cards so Kelly could pick one. Okay. Tell me when to stop.
Right. Stop.
All right.
I could go every day talking to you, Mel, honestly.
It's fun
Imagine
times.
that.
Ooh,
Oh,
this is a good card. It's
look at
the
the
Be
colour.
Strong
Are they all that
category.
colour? Are they all that colour?
No, there's 4 categories.
Because that's my colour, orange and pink.
Is it?
Ooh, yeah, that's my colours. I've created a new colour scheme in orange and pink. Anyway.
Yes. So this color and this
Wow.
category is Be Strong.
Be
Okay.
strong. Yep.
This is your daily dose of self-love. Check in on yourself. Do it daily or at least as often as you check your Instagram. You'll be checking yourself up a lot.
Can you do me a favour and take a photograph of that and send it to me? I'm gonna put that in my Instagram stories and tag you. Or you put it in your Instagram stories and tag me. Like, I picked this for
Yes.
Kelly today.
Yes.
You should go live and
Right.
do things like this. This is fun.
I'm gonna randomly pick one for myself. Okay. Mine's relax. I feel really relaxed, but apparently I need more relaxing. I don't know.
Yeah, like
Listen
it.
to the trees talk. Get into the Japanese art of Shinrin Yoku, forest bathing, and you feel the peace of being in nature.
Oh, get outside.
Interesting, because you just said you're very much an outdoor person, and so am I. But in the winter in Canada,
Uh,
it's freaking freezing, and I'm like, it's hard. It's hard. Like you,
I feel it.
anyways.
I'm from Scotland. Okay, I know you get it way colder than what we do, but I still feel the bone cold, as I like to call it. But maybe just
Yes,
wrap up warm and go out for 20 minutes. Can I just say, totally off topic, but just in case if you are listening still, there's a trend going on in chilly weather where you wet your hair and you flick it down.
yes.
You should totally do that. Anyway, see what
You
I
know
mean?
what? It's cold, but I think it's still not cold enough. I know that cold.
Right, okay. Just saying.
Yeah.
Keep
But
it in.
I did actually a reel yesterday on how, sometimes you just gotta bundle up. So I went from my slippers to my boots to my runners at the gym. So yes, you're
So there
right.
we
I should
go.
bundle up and go for a walk or something, but
Bundle
it
up.
is very difficult for me.
And do a reel on it. Okay. That's Kelly Butterfly talking.
You're
Guys,
awesome, Kelly.
can you write in Melanie's comments if you want us to be doing this? I think that every week we should just come together every week.
We are. So Kelly and I actually decided that what we'll do is I'll be on her podcast twice a month. Is that
Yes,
it?
let's do it. Yeah,
Yeah. And then on my podcast as well.
let's do
And
it.
yeah,
Let's do it.
it's
So
just
tune in.
it is because we're having fun and we love sharing it with you because my mission is that I want women to feel vibrant and happy and at peace with who they are and the life that they want to lead. And this is why I do what I do.
Yeah, we should just start maybe our own podcast where it's always positivity with Melanie and Kels. With Mels and Kels.
Helen Kells, we have our own show.
We'll take it worldwide. We are now brainstorming on this podcast, but it's a brilliant idea.
We are totally this is like the after party
I know.
talk that's happening right now.
It's like five
Else.
o'clock in the morning and you've had your night and now it's wind down time and you're coming out with these brainstorming ideas.
Yeah.
Watch
Oh
this
yeah.
space. Watch this space, guys. You have heard it here, raw.
Yes, exactly, right? When's your best the best thinking that I do is when and I sometimes wish there was, like, this little thing that I attach to my brain and record everything that I'm thinking, is when I'm in the shower.
Me too! Or when I'm walking. But do you know in Harry Potter how they like I don't know if you've watched that, and they like take the thoughts out, right? But yeah, I'm the same.
Wish.
In the
I
shower or
wish, because
walk.
sometimes I get out of the shower and I'm like, "Oh my god." I remember when
You
I was
forget.
telling myself.
Have like a wet pad. I know. We could honestly talk for an hour, sorry.
Sorry, people. We'll get off now and we'll continue talking.
Yes. To the next
But
episode.
thank you, Kelly, for being here.
Of
Thank you,
course.
everybody else, for tuning in. Let's make 2025 a positive and a vibrant one, and, leave comments, share your
Review.
thoughts, topics that you might want to hear. Yeah, we're here for you guys, and
Yes,
I
you're
think
not alone.
we're
Not when you've got
you're
us.
not alone.
Mel and Kels. Kels and Mel.
Mel and Kel.
It's gonna happen, you just know it.
Alright, have a good day,
I love it.
everyone.
Have an amazing day. Goodbye.